Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. DTC B1237, also referred to as DTC indicator 44, indicates a short in the passenger's air mix control motor circuit in the Honda Accord models from 2012 to 2017. The passenger's air mix control motor is essential for regulating the temperature of the air blowing through the vehicle's climate control system, specifically adjusting the air temperature for the passenger side. This motor is typically located within the dashboard, directly associated with the climate control unit. When this short circuit occurs, the vehicle may lose the ability to control the temperature in that area effectively, resulting in discomfort for passengers. Additionally, the presence of other short-circuit diagnostic trouble codes, DTCs, at the same time may indicate underlying issues with the vehicle's power circuit, leading to more complex electrical problems. Highlighting the need for a comprehensive inspection facilitates proper diagnosis and rectification. The final troubleshooting step entails reconnecting the passenger's air mix control motor and applying battery power carefully to assess its operational integrity. Ensure the motor's 7P connector is securely attached while connecting the battery power to the climate control unit's corresponding terminals. It's vital to reverse the connections only after confirming the circuits are safe, as incorrect power application can permanently damage the motor. Once the power is rightly connected and the motor is tested, measure the resistance again between the climate control unit's connector number 11, purple wire, and number 22, blue wire. If the resistance fluctuates between 0 and 6 kiloohms, it suggests the climate control unit may need replacement. Conversely, if the values remain constant but out of this range, the passenger's air mix control motor itself should be substituted. After completing the necessary repairs for DTC B1237, it is critical to verify that the repair was successful. Start by clearing the DTCs once again using the Honda Diagnostics system, preparing the system for a new test. Following this, a comprehensive test drive should be conducted to evaluate the overall performance of the climate control system. Pay particular attention to the passenger side air temperature settings to ensure they operate correctly and respond to user commands without discrepancies. This step confirms that all associated issues have been addressed, restoring normal functionality to the air mix control system. If DTC B1237 or related codes reappear, further investigation may be warranted to identify any residual issues. To prevent the recurrence of issues similar to DTC B1237, regular preventive maintenance is essential. Scheduled electrical inspections should be conducted to ensure all wiring and connectors remain in good condition without insulation damage or corrosion. Particularly focus on connections related to the climate control system, as wear over time can lead to intermittent contact and trouble codes. Secure grounding points also need periodic checks to maintain proper electrical pathways throughout the vehicle. By adhering to these practices, you can enhance the longevity of the air mix control motor and the climate control system, reducing the likelihood of future issues that disrupt passenger comfort. In conclusion, addressing DTC B1237 involves systematic troubleshooting, primarily focused on the passenger's air mix control motor and associated wiring. Identifying wiring issues, whether open or short circuits, is pivotal in resolving the underlying problem. Verifying the functionality of the air mix control motor through resistance checks ensures that all components are operational and in good condition. Furthermore, implementing regular maintenance practices for the HVAC system significantly increases its longevity and performance reliability. This comprehensive approach allows vehicle technicians to maintain optimal comfort levels within the passenger compartment of Honda Accord models from 2012 to 2017, while minimizing the risk of future diagnostic trouble codes. DTC B1237 identifies a fault within the passenger's air mix control motor circuit, which is integral to the vehicle's climate control functionality. The passenger's air mix control motor adjusts the temperature of the air directed towards the passenger area of the car, ensuring optimal comfort. This motor is typically found behind the dashboard, closely linked with the climate control unit. If there is a short circuit in this system, it may result in incomplete or incorrect temperature adjustments. This can lead to an uncomfortable passenger experience, as they may be subjected to air at an unsuitable temperature. Furthermore, the circuit malfunction could also trigger additional DTC codes, pointing to potential other electrical issues within the same power or control systems. The possible causes for DTC B1237 can include several electrical faults, primarily centered around the wiring associated with the passenger's air mix control motor. A short circuit in the wiring often leads to unanticipated behavior in the system, resulting in failure to control air temperature effectively. An open circuit could hinder power supply to the air mix control motor, causing it to malfunction. Additionally, faults in the climate control unit itself may prevent it from sending correct signals to the motor, and a defective air mix control motor may not respond adequately to commands. It's imperative to methodologically diagnose these conditions, as they directly impact the performance of the vehicle's HVAC system. When DTC B1237 is present, several symptoms may manifest, indicating an issue in the air mix control system. One common symptom includes inconsistent cabin temperature. Passengers may feel either excessively hot or cold air, irrespective of the climate settings. The error code itself will be displayed through the vehicle's diagnostic display, indicating the need for immediate attention. Additionally, drivers may notice unresponsive climate controls, where inputs do not result in changes to the HVAC settings. It is crucial to address these symptoms promptly, as they not only affect comfort, but also might indicate deeper underlying electrical issues that could worsen if left unresolved. The first troubleshooting step for DTC B1237 involves clearing error codes using the HDS, Honda Diagnostic System, a specialized tool used for vehicle diagnostics. This initial step helps reset the system and clears any transient faults that may have triggered the DTC. Following this, you should turn the ignition switch to the lock position and then back to the on position. Or alternatively, press the engine start-stop button to switch to off mode and back to on mode. This process ensures the system reinitializes completely. After performing these actions, the technician should execute the self-diagnostic function, either through the HDS or the climate control unit, checking then for any reappearance of DTCs. If DTC B1237 is indicated again, this confirms a persistent issue requiring detailed investigation. In the second troubleshooting step, the focus shifts to checking wire continuity within the S5V circuit. Begin by turning the ignition to the lock position or pressing the engine button to off mode. Disconnect the climate control unit's 32P connector and the passenger's air mix control motor's 7P connector. The next action involves checking for continuity between test points: the climate control unit's number 24 terminal, black wire, and the motor's number 1 terminal, black wire. This test should be conducted under the condition that both connectors are disconnected, permitting an accurate measurement. If continuity exists, it indicates that the S5V wire is intact. If not, it necessitates repairing any availability issues in the wiring between the climate control unit and the passenger's air mix control motor. In this third step, the emphasis is on identifying a shorted wire within the circuit. The procedure involves checking for continuity between two significant test points: the climate control unit's connector number 11, purple wire, and number 22, blue wire. Ensure that the conditions are maintained with the ignition in lock mode and both connectors disconnected for accurate results. This test aims to confirm whether any short exists between the AMDP-AS line and the sensor COM line. A positive continuity result indicates a short circuit issue in the wiring, necessitating repairs to restore functionality. However, if no short is detected, you can proceed to the next troubleshooting steps to assess further damage or faults in the system. The fourth step involves checking for any shorts to body ground within the wiring involved with the air mix control motor. The process starts by measuring continuity between the climate control unit's test point, number 11, purple wire, and body ground, ensuring both connectors remain disconnected and the ignition is in lock mode. If continuity is present between the two, it indicates a short circuit to the body ground, likely causing the DTC. Immediate repair of the wire between the climate control unit and the passenger's air mix control motor is essential to rectify this condition. However, if no grounding short exists, this suggests that the wiring is intact, and further investigations should continue to the next steps in the procedure. During the fifth step, the focus shifts to checking the internal resistance of the passenger's air mix control motor. This step requires measuring the resistance between two terminals of the motor while ensuring that both the climate control unit and the motor connectors are still disconnected. The acceptable resistance range should be approximately 1.8 kiloohms to 6 kiloohms. If the measured resistance does not align with these values, the motor is deemed faulty and should be replaced for optimal performance in the air mix control system. On the other hand, if the resistance is within acceptable limits, the vehicle's wiring system should be further assessed to rule out the possibility of other existing issues. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.